I got secrets that nobody knows.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sport Breaks. Of course, I am your host, Dante Washington, back with you guys and gals for another episode. And as always, before we get started, make sure that you are subscribed and downloading Sport Breaks on Spotify or wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Also, make sure that you are following and subscribing to Sport Breaks on all social media platforms. Of course, I am live right here, right now on TikTok. I also am on X. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am on LinkedIn. Also, if you need to reach me faster, sooner, please go to any page that you are definitely on and hit that link tree. It will take you right directly to everything. So make sure that you and subscribe, like, follow, make sure that you comment so that you can join the conversation. But also make sure that you hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop an audio, video, or rather I go live like I am right now. Let's go. Of course, it is March Madness. And it is NFL free agency. So many things have been going on. The playoffs are getting to crank in with the NBA. Who will make the top six and who will have to play in the play-in tournament. So many things that is going on. Of course, I am a gentleman. I have to get to the ladies first. So with no further ado, the NCAA women's conference tournaments are underway. We have a few games going on right now. Looking at one that has just went final in the West Coast tournament. Number one Gonzaga has gone down to the third seed Portland, 67-66. I'm looking on my computer and clock is saying zeros, unless there is some type of play that is being reviewed right now. That is the final. We also have another final that went final not too long ago. The 6th seed Mount St. Mary's beat Marist, who was the 11th seed in the MEAC, 60-47. Another game that is going on right now. In the Big Sky, we have the 2nd seed Northern Arizona taking on the 3rd seed, the Montana Lady Grizzlies. 67-61. Northern Arizona is up in the 4th quarter with 4:55 to go. Another game that is going on right now. Summit League Tournament, number 1 and number 2 seed. It is the championship, of course. South Dakota State is taking on North Dakota State. That is the end of the 3rd quarter for this one. The score is 42-39. Very tight game. Who is going to win that Summit League championship? We will definitely see. But again, we have so much going on. Conference USA, Atlantic Sun, Florida Gulf Coast, and Austin Peay will be in action in that one. UTEP Sam Houston in Conference USA. In the AAC, UTSA will take on Eastern Carolina, 4 and 9 seed respectively. Atlantic Sun, the 3rd seed Central Arkansas, will be taking on the 5th seed Eastern Kentucky. But again, we have so many games that is going on to give you an outlook on what is going on with the women. We look at who has put their automatic bids in. And I want to make sure that I am on the women's side. I am on the women's side now. Richmond out of the A10 has clinched and punched their ticket to get into the big dance. Notre Dame has clinched their ticket out of the ACC. UConn has clinched their ticket out of the Big East. Presbyterian has clinched their ticket out of the Big South. Big Ten has been clicked by Iowa. Of course, Caitlin Clark took an overtime win to do it, but they did it. Horizon League ticket has been punched by Green Bay. Strolling on down, the Ohio Valley Conference has been won by UT Martin. Pac-12, the Lady Trojans of Southern California has won that one. And of course, repping the state of South Carolina as always, the SEC has been taken by South Carolina. They have finished the season undefeated. It is win or go home now for the Lady Gamecocks. In the Southern Conference, Chattanooga has took that conference. They have punched their ticket into this year's NCAA women's bracket. And lastly, thus far, the Sun Belt has been won by Marshall. They have punched their ticket going into the dance. And of course, the lady schedule goes as follows. Selection Sunday will be March 17th. It will happen at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The first 4 games will be March 20th through the 21st. Coincidentally, March 21st is my birthday, so yeah, celebrate. Ow. First round will be March the 22nd through the 23rd. Second round will be March 24th through the 25th. And the Sweet 16 will be had on the 29th through the 30th of March. Elite 8 will take place on March 31st through April 1st. And the Final Four will take place on April 5th. The first game will be at 7:30. The next will be at 9:30. Both Eastern Standard Time times. It will be held in Cleveland, Ohio, in the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. NCAA championship game will be that April the 7th, which will be a Sunday. It will be held at 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Same building, same place, period. A champion will be crowned then. Looking on the men's side, we have a few games as well that is underway. And I do mean a few, only 4 to speak of. We have the NC State Louisville game taking place right now. It is in the second half. NC State is leading out 166-59. Kimmy, hello, how you doing? New Hampshire and Vermont is taking on each other. Vermont, the number 1 seed, 35-24. Kimmy say you're repping them Tar Heels. I love the Tar Heels on the men's side, but the women's side, I love my Gamecocks. But South Carolina men are doing well as well, but hoping them Tar Heels cut the nets down, period. In the A10, the 11th seed Rhode Island will take on St. Louis, which is the 14th seed in the Atlantic 10, the conference today. It is the end of regulation. So that game is a final 41-32. St. Louis moves on. It is a low seed moving on in the Atlantic 10. And the last game that we're going to have going on right now is in the American East. It has UMass Lowell taking on the 3rd seed Bryant. That is a low scoring game in the first half with 16 plus minutes to go, 7-6. Looking at the men's side, of course, we have a whole lot going on. But a few teams have gotten their tickets punched. In the ASUN, Stetson has punched their ticket. In the Big South, Longwood has punched their ticket. In the Missouri Valley, Drake has punched their ticket. Ohio Valley, Morehead State, in the Southern, Sanford has punched their ticket. And in the Sun Belt, James Madison punched their ticket. And I actually watched that game last night. James Madison, if you do not know, James Madison started the season off this year. They pretty much beat up on Michigan State, and they have not look back at all. They have only lost 3 games on this season, and they have won their conference tournament. They are projected to possibly land as a 12 seed. I think that's pretty low, but I am looking at picking that 12 seed to make a lot of noise in this year's NCAA tournament. Again, James Madison. Please be on the lookout and be watching out for James Madison. That is my NCAA outlook for today. Again, there's so many games going on. Definitely go to your local stations, to ESPN, of course. Make sure that you check some of these games out, so whenever you get time to fill out that bracket, you kind of know what you're doing. You kind of know what you're looking at, you know? All right. Sliding on over, we're going to continue on the hoop side, looking at the NBA, the guys who really get paid. A few games last night, the Hornets and Pistons took each other on. The Pistons won this game, won away 114-97. The Suns beat the Cavaliers 117-111. The Warriors still without Steph Curry, but Steph Curry has been reevaluated and he is A-OK to join activity. So we will be seeing Steph Curry sooner than later, and they definitely need that sharpshooter soon. But they beat the lonely Spurs 112-102. The Mavericks and Bulls took each other on last night, and the Mavericks showed no mercy, winning this one 127-92. The Nuggets played the Raptors last night. Of course, Nikola Jokic has been on a tear. He has been making himself known, as if we don't know who he is. But Jokic messed around again last night and had a triple-double, 35, 17, and 12 assists, as the Nuggets won this game 125-119. Of course, the Celtics are the number 1 team in the NBA, and I would be reluctant to say that if I was to put money on the NBA Finals, it would definitely be the Celtics. They beat the stew out of my Portland Trail Blazers 121-99. No need for the particulars in this one. But like I said, the Suns, not the Suns, but the Celtics are looking the team to be. A few games today. 76ers and Knicks will take each other on at 7:30. Pacers and Thunders will play at 8. The Wizards and Grizzlies will be at 8 as well. Rockets and Spurs at 8:30. Celtics and Jazz will be at 9. Timberwolves and Clippers will be at 10. That is going to be a doozy of a game. And the Bucks will take on the Kings. Looking at the standings, of course, the Celtics, as I said, the aforementioned Celtics, sit at 50-14, running away with the first place spot in the Eastern Conference. They have an NBA best 50-14 record, of course. Sitting at 29-3 at the house, that is a phenomenal record. They are going to be a tough out. I really don't care who comes out of the play-in tournament. Looking at everybody behind them, the Bucks, Cavaliers, Knicks, Magic, and 76ers sit at that final cutoff spot. Pacers sit in the 7th spot. Heat 8th, Bulls 9th, Hawks 10th, and the Nets are in the 11th spot. Again, I don't see anybody giving the Celtics a run for their money. I kind of believed in the Cavaliers, but if they do not hurry up and get Donovan Mitchell back, I am just going to pencil in the Celtics in the NBA Finals. Unless the Bucks can put some wins together, and rather Damian Lillard can figure out who he wants to be, I really see this being one-sided in the Eastern Conference, and I could be wrong. Who knows? On the Western side, of course, it is a traffic jam. The Thunder are a half game ahead of the Nuggets. They are both have 45 wins. The Thunder 19 losses. The Nuggets 20. Third spot, Timberwolves, Clippers, Pelicans, Suns at that 6 cutoff spot. The Kings at 7th, Mavericks at 8, and the Lakers at 9, and the Warriors at 10. The Rockets are in the 11th spot. It's significant. When I say it's a traffic jam in the Western Conference, you look at everybody from 1 to 6, and from 1 to 6, sixth place is 7.5 games out of first place, yes. But from 4 to 1, 3.5, 1.5, and a half game. It is a traffic jam, to say the least. And the funny part about all of this is when play-in time comes, you look at a team like the Lakers, who flexed their muscles with how AD played the last game. Of course, LeBron is LeBron. I'm not fit to do all that. He's the GOAT talk. MJ is my GOAT, period, point blank. But LeBron is a undeniable number 2 or 3 or 4, wherever you want to put them to. But if they get in the playoffs, or if they get out of that spot and get into the A spot, which will be hard to do. Again, the Mavericks and Luka have been playing their heads off. Of course, Steph Curry will be back soon for the Warriors, who sit right behind them. It is a jam. It is an all-the-way jam. And the Kings went from literally playing ball last year to really not, like, nobody's really talking about the Kings right now. But the Kings are a decent, scary enough team. I really don't. I would like to see the Kings move up into that 6th spot, because the Suns have been so inconsistent. Their big three has not played over 30 games together. That is going to be a problem. And, this coming from a former coach who I look at X's and O's still. I've played the game at a high enough level. You need to be on the same page. But KD is hard to deny. Yes. But at the same token, if Bradley Beal and their other guard, if they do not show up, I can see them getting out of here real soon. You do not want to play the Timberwolves or the Clippers, because I really feel like the number 1 seed is going to belong to the Nuggets before it's all said and done. That is just my opinion. Those are my thoughts. I really feel like that. And if you have been watching basketball like I have been watching it this year, you understand and you see where I am coming from. So again, looking at a more in-depth look at how these matchups would come out right now. If there was no play-in, the matchup in the Western Conference would go Oklahoma against Dallas. It would be number 2 Denver against Sacramento. It would be Minnesota and Phoenix, and it would be LA and New Orleans. Again, the Lakers, Golden State, and Houston have Houston has a long shot, despite them being 29 and 35. They are pretty young. Again, you got 18 games remaining. Anything can happen. But let's just pencil in the Lakers and Golden State, who they just have players that have done it. Of course, championship quality ball out of Golden State. Them guys got rings for days. And LeBron and company, they have won championships as well. So with that being said, I don't know, and I don't know how it's going to shake up, but it's a lot of games to go, but things are winding down. Looking at the Eastern side, of course, Boston head and shoulders above everybody else, knees and toes. They would be going against Miami. And let me go ahead and say this. I'm not knocking Miami and what they done last year. But I don't see that happening this year. Miami's team is totally different. And I just feel like I don't think they can just turn it on and off like they believe that they can. You are fighting to get in the playoffs again. And you made a magical run last year. I don't see that happening this year. I really don't. Number 2, Milwaukee against Indiana. Again, like I stated, Indiana's a scary team, but I feel like Milwaukee should win this one. But key factor here, the Pacers have won 4 games. 2 Milwaukee's won this season. Quick fun fact for you guys. I love fun facts. The Pacers are 4-1 against these guys right now. Cleveland in the 3rd spot against Philadelphia. Of course, Philadelphia without Joel Embiid, who possibly could return for the postseason. Or will they shut him down? I don't know. I really don't know. Donovan Mitchell is scheduled to get reevaluated in the next few days to see about having activities to where he can get back on the court. That is going to be key for Cleveland because to me, they need him. They need him to be that lead scorer. Jared Allen and company, they play good ball. But that's just about it. I wish their guard, what's his name? I wish Garland. I wish Garland would take over more. Like, if Garland was to take over more, then I could see this series being like hands down, quick, done with. But they have played 3 times, and Philadelphia has won 2 in this series thus far. And the 4 and 5 will be definitely an intriguing matchup on the eastern side with the Knicks taking on Orlando. Again, the Knicks trying to get over the injury bug. It hit them at the wrong time. They was streaking, kind of, sort of. But the Knicks are a scary team as well. If they can get Julius Randle back, if they can get Anunoby situated, if Brunson can stay healthy, I think the Knicks could easily be in the conference finals. Do not quote me on that. Orlando, of course, is young, led by Banchero. Anything can happen. The Magic have put themselves in a position to do what they need to do. And could they beat the Knicks? Yes. I really think they could. But it will definitely all dwell on guard play. Their guard play will matter, period. And of course, looking at everything else in the ninth spot is Chicago, Atlanta, Brooklyn. Do I have to talk about these guys? I think I won't. Moving on along. Before we move on, of course, if you are on this live, make sure that you hit that heart button. Make sure that you send a rose if you can. Make sure that you comment. I will see it. I will acknowledge you. I will comment accordingly, respectively, as always, period, point blank. But do me a favor. Make sure that you are click that Linktree button on my actual page. It'll take you everywhere that you need to go to. Spotify, hit that download button. Make sure that you are following Sport Breaks on Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Also, make sure that you hit them social media outlets. Make sure that you follow me. Make sure that you like the content, the previous content. Go listen, go like, go comment on that. I will definitely see it again. And we can get it in. Yeah. But back to the end. got so much going on NFL wise. Like I'm not gonna lie. It literally made my head spin. Like when I said so much going on NFL wise. Um, if you do not know, I am a Packer fan. It hurt my heart to let Aaron Jones go. But then I saw that, I was at my regular 9 to 5 and I saw that we picked up Josh Jacobs. I was like, okay, we are young beyond belief. There's a lot of teams that are doing things. There's a lot of teams that are sitting back, relaxing. I don't know. There's just so much going on. Like it's almost too much going on. Like just to quickly give a rundown on what is going on. Starting with the AFC East, and I will go all the way down. Mitchell Trubisky. I think I stated that. I'm gonna try to stick on everything that I have not stated. But Mitchell Trubisky is now a Buffalo Bill. Um, Looking at the Dolphins, Shaq Barrett went to the Dolphins, despite them losing Christian Wilkerson, and to me that was probably a significant loss times two. Christian Wilkerson led their front for like no other, but I was speaking on Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett is a run stopper. Period. They also got Jordan Brooks. They also got Anthony Walker. I think because I think that's a great. It was Shaq was a great pick. I just don't like the fact that they let Christensen Wilkerson go. He was their heart and soul on that front four, and you played on your hand in that ground. You know what the trenches feel like. They gonna need Shaq Barrett. They gonna need him unless they got a plan to get something in the draft. I didn't like that. But sliding on to the Patriots. The Patriots picked up. They re-signed Kendrick Bourne. They picked up Jalen Rager, Hunter Henry, a slew of offensive tackles, Tyrone Wheatley Jr., Chiwuma Okafor. I think they're gonna get one in the draft too. It's just is he gonna amount to what Christian Wilkerson did for them? That's my only thing to it. That is my only thing. Um, yeah. The Patriots, they went and grabbed. They re-signed Kendrick, got Jalen Rager. I think that they are in line for a receiver in the draft. Um, just which one will fall to them, and make sure that you are here Saturday. Of course, I do my mock draft every other Saturday. It is this Saturday. It will be at 6 p.m. My NFL mock draft 2. I've done 1 point. I've done 0.5 and 1 and 1.5. It's time for 2. So make sure that y'all stay tuned in for that. The Jets still in the AFC East. The Jets signed Tyrod Taylor. To me, that's a great pickup. It is a just in case of Aaron Rodgers going down. To me, the biggest thing of the day was Derrick Henry going to the Baltimore Ravens. I didn't understand it. You know what? I think if the Patriots go I think they need to go quarterback. They got Brissett. Um, But I think what's his face? Marvin. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. may fall to them. I think Washington gonna pick up the cat from LSU at quarterback. But and that's a question for the Patriots. Do you go receiver or do you go ahead and get your quarterback? But back to Baltimore. Baltimore signed Derrick Henry. I do not understand it. I see the fit, but I really think that Derrick Henry does not fit that zone read type of style. And if they adjust it too much, it's gonna hurt Lamar Jackson. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, period. I think, but it's a 2 year, $16 million contract. I think he would have fit at the Cowboys. I really think he would have, but we about to see. Some more minor pickups. Zach Moss leaving the Colts to go to Cincinnati. Of course, T. Higgins say he want out. I think T. Higgins is trying to get to Kansas City, and that is the best spot for me. I really think. They also signed Mike Gesicki, former Dolphin, former Patriot. They also re-signed Drew Sample, Cincinnati Bengals. Just looking, Za'Darius Smith re-signed with the Browns. That is a good pick. Of course, Russell Wilson plans to sign as of tomorrow at 4 p.m. Those contracts can be signed and be done legally. But the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up another defensive steal in Patrick Queen. He agrees to a 3-year, $41 million deal. Steelers got better. Yeah, I don't. Hey, we would text about this. I'm telling you, I don't know, man. Zach Moss been that dude, man, for real. Going to the AFC South, Joe Mixon acquired from the Bengals. Again, the trade does not become official until tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. But it was definitely a cap move because, hey, T. Higgins say, hey, I want out. So now the Bengals is looking up under the chair for change. If you got a Maserati park outside or you got a Lambo park outside, they trying to sell that. They trying to get that money to get T. Higgins. But yeah, that's a foregone conclusion. T. Higgins gonna be gone out of the building because Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase got deals coming up as of next year. How much money do you really got to spend? Again, Dalton Schultz re-signed with the Texans. Not too many big names there. Indianapolis, my cuz Colts, Mr. Rod Shaw, his Colts. They re-signed Pittman, but they let go Zach Moss. They should be looking to do some things, of course. They still got Jonathan Taylor there to run the ball. What would they do in the draft now that they have their wide receiver locked in? Jacksonville, to me, Gabe Davis going to Jacksonville on a 3-year, $39 million deal. To me, that said, man, I'm tired of that quarterback, man. I'm tired of Josh Allen, man. He ain't elite. That's what it said to me. Josh Allen ain't elite, man. And mark my word, y'all hear me? Let me look in right. Stephon Diggs is next. He's out of there. Y'all heard it here first on Sport Breaks. For real. Hit them likes, hit them hearts, send them roses. Stephon Diggs is out of Buffalo in a few. Word. Now, my question with that is, Gabe Davis signing with Jacksonville, where does that leave my boy? Where does that leave Calvin Ridley? Yeah, where does that leave Calvin Ridley now that Jacksonville has signed Gabe Davis? I mean, they got 15 receivers out there already. That would be a good spot for Ridley to go to the Patriots. That would be a good spot. Of course, moving right along, still in the AFC South. Tony Pollard, big name, went to the Tennessee Titans. Excuse me. Kenneth Murray, linebacker, signs a 2-year deal. Good little deal for him. AFC West, the Broncos didn't do really much. Kansas City Chiefs, of course, they got their man in Chris Jones. Now it's time to focus on the Jerry Sneed and figure out what to do and how to get T. Higgins over there. The Raiders signing Gardner Minshew. I don't know. The Colts was just like let go happy today. The Colts was like let go happy. It was like, all right, we had a halfway decent quarterback. Let's let him go. Yeah, and the Raiders signed Christian Wilkerson, as I said. Big things on the defensive side, and you look at the Raiders defensively, they just got even better. Max Crosby is on one side, Christian Wilkerson in the inside. It's going to get crazy in Las Vegas. Of course, the Chargers allowed their all-world running back to leave, but they go and get Gus Edwards on a 2-year deal. Over in the NFC East, hey, all y'all Cowboy people out there, y'all listening? Y'all listening? Hey, Jerry Jones say him ain't need nobody. Him's gonna depend on Dak, and we just bring Ezekiel back, and we ain't worrying about no running back right now. That's a joke. But Dallas really did not do anything, and my question is you let Tony Pollard go, you don't go get Derrick Henry, you don't pursue Saquon, you let Saquon leave and go to the Eagles, you don't get Swift. What are y'all gonna do? Of course, as I stated, the New York Giants, who let Saquon Barkley go, went and got Devin Singletary away from the Houston Texans. I thought that was a dumb move by the Houston Texans. Devin Singletary was a real good back for them. They also signed quarterback Drew Lock. They also acquired Brian Burns from the Panthers. And as I was speaking of the Eagles, for the aforementioned Eagles, of course, they acquired Saquon Barkley. Brandon Graham got a 1-year deal. That locked up one good defensive player and a good running back. The question with me with Saquon Barkley is, will he fit in that zone read scheme? Will he stay healthy? Question marks. I have a lot of them, a whole lot of them. Washington, Marcus Mariota, and like I said, Austin Eckler left the Chargers, got his 2-year deal. Zach Ertz on a 1-year deal. Of course, NFC North, I told you about DeAndre Swift, going to the Bears. Kevin Byard going to the Bears, the safety. I had kind of sort of like him. Looking at the Lions are making some moves as well, but nothing crazy significant. Go Pack, go. We picked up Josh Jacobs. We also picked up Xavier McKinney. I like that pickup. I wish we would have went and got that cat from Denver. I wanted him too. Yeah. But we also re-signed Tyler Davis, who was okay guy. Kasim Nixon, we signed him back as well. But we let go Aaron Jones, and in turn, Sam Darnold went to the Vikings on a 1-year deal. Aaron Jones went to the Vikings on a 1-year deal. It's crazy. I don't know why everybody, when they leave the Packers, they be wanting to go to the Vikings. Like, that what it is, Now, normally, I'm finna talk my chunk right now. I'm finna talk my junk. whenever you leave the Packers and whenever we get rid of you, it don't be good for you. It be cuttings. It usually be cutting for you. Ask Brett Favre. Ask Jordan Nelson. Shake my shoulders a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Who should have got Fields, cuz? Hey, I'm hold on, I'm fit to get the Fields. I'm fit to get the field right now. As soon as I'm done with this here. NFC South went and got Kirk Cousins, of course. They also signed Daryl Mooney. Good little slot receiver. Looking at the Carolina Panthers, didn't do nothing significant. The Saints didn't do anything crazy lately. Of course, Tyrann Mathieu, he got his deal done. Baker got his deal done. Mike Evans. Looking at the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC West, didn't do anything significant lately. The Rams re-signed DeMarcus Robinson. That was not significant. I think they did that not too long ago. They also signed Darius Williams. San Francisco 49ers didn't really do anything significant either, nor did the Seattle Seahawks. They re-signed Noah Fant. Before I get into the top, I'm going to go 15 free agents that are still out there as of right now. I could have seen Fields going to the Vikings, but I'm finna tell you what the Bears are going to do. The Bears are about to keep Justin Fields. Everywhere that you associated Fields with, from Atlanta to the Steelers, from the Steelers to Minnesota, from Minnesota to, and it was one more team they was talking about, maybe the Raiders. None of that transpired. They would be a fool to let Justin let him go right now, let Fields go. When you can keep Fields, you can pass on Williams, and you can go put Marvin Harrison Jr. beside DJ Moore and next to Cole Kmet, along with DeAndre Swift now in the backfield, and it can get crazy. It can get real crazy. You also have the 9th pick, if I am not mistaken. I think they do. Let's look that up real quick. I know they have the 1st pick, and I want to say the 9th pick. If they go Marvin Harrison Jr. 1 and then come right back and go something heavy defensive, I think that is probably in the best interest of the Bears this year. But I'm not a GM, but I like to think that I am. I think that is the best solution for the Bears right now. Like, seriously. Yeah, they have the 9th pick as well. So with that being said, yeah, you go Marvin Harrison, you go Marvin Harrison, you go defense, and you run with what you have. You get the best available player, because I don't see any place else that Justin Fields can go, essentially to be a starter. If he is going any place else to be a backup, it is a travesty and it is a disservice to that young man. Like, he has not been in an offensive situation that has been like put in specifically for him to fit his specific needs, and it's crazy. It is outrageously bone right crazy to me, seriously. And I am saying that, and I am a Green Bay Packers fan. Go Pack, go. Now, with that being said, to look at the top 15 free agents that are left right now, and this is according to foxsports.com. I'm going off that list. Daniel Hunter, he is an edge rusher from Minnesota. The second guy is Tyron Smith, left tackle from Dallas. Hell, we might need to go get him if we letting Bakhtiari go. I need to call Gutekunst for real. Calvin Ridley. I spoke of Calvin Ridley not too long ago. Of course, to me, Jacksonville grabbing Gabe Davis, to me, was a steal. But if you look at their receiving core and you look at Christian Kirk, you look at now Gabe Davis, you look at Evan Ingram, you look at Zay Jones, you look at ETN out the backfield, how many more receiver spots do they have? So Calvin Ridley is possibly gone. My cuz Rod just spoke on him possibly going to the Patriots. I could see that fitting there. Will the Patriots open up their wallet and do him justice? We will see. Kendall Fuller, cornerback from the Commanders, not the Commanders. Stephon Gilmore, South Carolina born. Shout out to Stephon Gilmore. Shout out to everybody in the league from South Carolina. I salute you. Of course, cornerback Marquise Brown from Arizona. He is the 6th rated player that is left. Patrick Queen, who is a legit linebacker. And I thought I see him Storms line. Eric Armstead. They have been saying my Packers are looking to try to sign this guy. I really hope those reports are true because he is a stud like no other stud. Ninth person is Chase Young. Chase Young has a few visits that is coming up right now. I've seen some reports of him going to, what was it? It was a few places, the Giants and someplace else. Aforementioned, the safety that I was talking about from Denver is Justin Simmons. I wish we would have signed him, but I like who we got. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he is another safety. Levante David, linebacker from Tampa Bay. Kenny Moore, cornerback from Indianapolis. And Devin White, linebacker from Tampa Bay as well. So it is quite a few players that are still out there. Bobby Wagner, Trent Brown, Curtis Samuel is a decent receiver. It's a whole lot of free agents that are out there. So with that being said, make sure that you are subscribed to Sport Breaks on Spotify or wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Also, make sure that you are following and subscribe to Sport Breaks on all social media platforms. Wherever there's a bell, hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop an audio, video, or if I am going live like I am right now here on TikTok. Make sure you go to my page here on TikTok and hit that link tree, and it will take you every which way you need to go. So make sure that you hit that and subscribe and follow. Before I get out of here, I got to look at the NHL. The NHL is pushing the playoff envelope right now as well. Looking at the Eastern Conference standings, the Florida Panthers in the Atlantic Division are leading. They have a 44-17 record. They have 92 points, but right behind them are the Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs. Boston has 91 points, so anything can happen right now. They are 38-14. In the Metropolitan Division, still in the Eastern Conference side, the New York Rangers, Carolina Hurricane, and Flyers are in the top 3 spots. The Rangers, 88 points. Carolina, 84 points. But things can get kind of dicey when you're coming down the street. In a wild card spot, the top 2 teams thus far right now are the Tampa Bay Lightning and Detroit Red Wings, who are no strangers to winning Lord's Stanley Cup. So you definitely want to stay tuned to the NHL. Looking on the Western Conference side, In the Central Division, the Dallas Stars, the Winnipeg Jets, the Colorado Avalanche secure the top 1, 2, 3 spots in that order. Dallas Stars have 89 points, the Winnipeg have 87, and the Colorado Avalanche have 85. Very close race in the points in the Governor's Cup, but record-wise, Dallas is 40-17, while Winnipeg is 41-18. They are only a half spot out of switching spots from 1 to 2. In the Pacific Division, the Vancouver Canucks, Edmonton Oilers, and Los Angeles Kings are 1, 2, 3. 91, 81, and 77 points respectively for all three. Vancouver Canucks has 91 points. They are 42-17, while the Oilers are 39-21. In a wild card spot, the Nashville Predators and last year's Stanley Cup champion, the Vegas Golden Knight from Las Vegas, Nevada. They are right now currently in the second wild card spot. They have 75 points. Nashville has 78. So again, like I said, the race in this playoff situation of the NHL is definitely heating up as well. We have spring baseball kicking off. We have college baseball, softball kicking off as well. Soon we will have track and field kicking up. High school is definitely in right now. Hopefully I will be attending my daughter's track meet tomorrow. Yeah, in D-Town to be exact. So if you see me down there in Darlington, holla at your boy. Yeah, with it. Looking at the scoreboard, let's look at some scores for today. We have a few games for today on the NHL side before I get out here. The Oilers and the Penguins will play at 1. It's past 1 o'clock. So maybe they don't play at 1. Let's do that again. All right, today the Blue Jackets and the Canadiens will play at 7 o'clock. The Penguins and Senators at 7. The Red Wings and Sabres at 7. The Rangers and Hurricanes will be at 7 as well. The Sharks and Flyers at 7. The Coyotes and the Wild will be at 8 o'clock. The Panthers and the Stars will be at 8. The Ducks and the Blackhawks will be at 8:30. The Avalanche and the Flame will be at 9. And the Golden Knight and the Kraken will be at 10 o'clock. That is my NHL minute for today. Again, everything is ramping up. Playoff situations are getting deeper and deeper. NHL is upon the playoffs. NBA is upon the playoffs. And of course, it is March. Shout out to all you March babies out there. Like myself, my birthday is the 21st. If you have a birthday in March, shout out to you. Much love to you. And I wish you peace and all that good stuff. So again, before I get out here, it is crazy. I have it is Ramadan in the Muslim world right now, and this has nothing to do with sports, but I know a few Muslim cats, brothers, and I literally was like, I want to push the envelope. I'm not Muslim by faith or whatever the case is, but I am universal to all religions, and I was like, I'm gonna do that today. I'm going fast from sun up to sundown, so I have not eaten anything or drank anything since 5 after 7 this morning. I am good, and I don't even feel hungry though. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. I'm not gonna stunt. I don't feel hungry, but I got some KFC and a red velvet cake. I'm so ready to eat. Oh my God. But yeah, like, the reason why I say that, take some challenges, take some time out to be spiritual, take some time out to indulge and enjoy family. Period, point blank. To me, that is what the fast is about. It is about being putting yourself first and foremost, but at the same time, making sure that you get your prayer on, making sure that you get your family time in, and you reflect on life, period, point blank, because it's so precious and it's so minute, period. But that is the show for today. So again, I will be here live on TikTok Thursday at 6 p.m. NFL mock draft 2 will be held 6 o'clock on Saturday. Make sure that if you're not doing anything, take a little time, check that out, see what your favorite team drafting. Again, make sure that you are following and make sure that you are subscribing to Sport Breaks on all social media platforms, Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Make sure you do that. Show the love. And I appreciate you for joining me and hitting them hearts and sending roses. All right. If it ain't Sport Breaks, it ain't shh. Knowledge world. Peace.